Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Tottenham Hotspur take on Crystal Palace this evening in the Premier League. I've got Spurs fan Dave with me. Dave, a win for Tottenham today could put Tottenham up to 6th place in the Premier League, only 2 points away from top 4. How are you feeling, ahead of this game today?
Yeah, very confident. I think we're in a good place. I think we've turned that proverbial corner, hopefully, with Gareth getting into form, Dele having some minutes. The dream formation starting up against Fulham. So, yeah, I think we're in a good place. Don't see why, we've got nothing to fear at the moment, especially from Palace, I don't think. So, I think we're in a good place, really.
Dave, the lineups will be out in just a few minutes, but do you expect the likes of Sergio, Reguilon and Serge Aurier to come back into the team today?
I do, actually. I do. I think they will be back because it was tricky against Fulham, as we know. They were a bit unlucky getting that goal chalked off. I mean, we wouldn't have been happy in the other way round, but I thought. I thought we equipped ourselves well in the end. I mean, the first half was better than the second half, but that's one we got away with. I mean, we've had them go against us over the years, so it's all looking good. And I think we need to win. Palace is a game we need to chalk off with a win to move on to other teams because. We've only got 6 home games left, 6 away, and if we're going to make that top 4, I think we need 8 wins and 4 draws. I don't think 70 points should do it, and we can't afford any more slip-ups. So
you're absolutely right, Dave. No more slip-ups because, as I say, a win today could put us 6th, only 2 points away from that top 4 place, and Champions League football for next season is highly important, isn't it? Now, before the team lineup comes out, I just want to talk about a couple of results in the Premier League. Liverpool 0, Fulham 1 today, and the latest at the moment is Manchester United are beating Manchester City 2-0 at the Etihad. What are you making of these games at the moment?
Well, I think we played Liverpool at the wrong time. I think we should have played them now. We want an Anfield for a change. They seem to raise their game every time they play us, but. It's a strange old thing. I mean, Liverpool, it's the worst. I read the stats, and I don't think they've ever lost 6 at home on the trot. I think I read that Huddersfield lost 7 when they were last up in the Premier League in 2019. They lost 7 on the trot, and we did see some stats of when there was 5 defeats at home. Spurs lost 5 at home in 1975. We don't want to go back to those dark days. So, I mean, some strange. I mean, arguably, we wanted Manchester City to win today. They're 2-0 down. So, it doesn't help us really. City look like they're going to win it anyway. So, it would have been helpful if they perhaps could have beaten Man United, but. You don't know. They could still come back and get a draw, I suppose. A draw wouldn't be that bad a result.
Dave, back to Tottenham. Now, do you think that Tottenham have turned a corner? Because our last 3 games in all competitions, 4-0 against Wolfsburg, 4-0 against Burnley, 1-0 against Fulham, 3 clean sheets, 9 goals. Prior to that, we'd lost 5 out of 6 in the Premier League. So, do you think Tottenham have turned a corner now and we can finish this season, highly?
Well, So I've done the numbers. I've run the numbers, and I'm looking for 8 wins and 4 draws. We've got 6 at home, 6 away. I say we can't afford to lose any more games. It's really that tight now. We just got to go for it if we're going to go down that route. And then obviously if we can pick up a cup or 2 along the way, then it hasn't been that bad a season at all, has it? So we can pick it up, but we just don't want to. We want to keep the momentum going. I think it's important. I think Jose will know that. He will know. I think he'll play the teams that the team today. He'll go for 1 or 2 quick goals like we normally do against Palace. I mean, I saw your interview with that chap and with the Palace man, and he seemed to be quite a bit fearful. I think there's, Zaha never turns up, so
we have an exceptional record against Crystal Palace, particularly in recent years. And the last couple of times at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, of course, that opening ceremony at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium back in April 2019, beating them 2-0. And then later on that year, beating them 4-0. Are you confident today? Are you confident for a Tottenham win?
I am. I think you said 2-0. I might go one more. I might say 3-0, Chris. I'm confident for that one. 3-0, and we'll just push on with another clean sheet, hopefully.
Dave, team news. The team lineup will be out in 2 minutes' time. But how do you think Jose Mourinho will line up? Because he's played down Giovanni Lo Celso being back, but he's done that before, so he could be back today. Sergio Aurier could be back in the team as well as Sergio Reguilon, like I said. Gareth Bale, many times Jose Mourinho has said that Gareth Bale can't start 2 games in a week. I would expect him to come out today. But how are you expecting and how are you wanting Tottenham to line up today?
I'm expecting a strong team. Lo Celso, I think, might be on the bench. He'll probably bring him on later. I think I expect him to see him on the bench. Whether he plays that same forward line with Ali and Gareth Bale with Sonny and Harry, I mean, I didn't expect that forward line to play on Thursday, but it did. I think he might give it another try, but he's got one eye on Thursday's game as well. So he's going to rotate. He said that. He said he will rotate. So I think that he will rotate some players just to freshen it up. Obviously, I think there are a few people obviously that are nailed on, but I expect him to rotate some players, definitely.
They're all important games at this stage of the season, though, Dave, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. They're all where every game's important. But I think this Palace one is one that we you look to us to complete and get the result. Definitely.
Dave, just quickly before the lineup comes out, talk us. Oh, actually, the lineup has just come out. Hugo Lloris in goal, and then we've got Matt Doherty at right back. We've got Davinson Sanchez, Toby Alderweireld, and Sergio Reguilon at left back. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Harry Winks, Lucas Moura, Gareth Bale is in the starting lineup again with Heung-min Son and Harry Kane. Substitutes are Joe Hart, Eric Dyer, Ben Davies, Moussa Sissoko, Dele Alli, Tanguy Ndombele, Steven Bergwijn, Eric Lamela, and Carlos Vinicius. Dave, what do you make of that lineup?
Yeah, well, I said he'd probably rotate, and he's putting Harry Winks and Lucas Moura into the starting lineup too. I think Lucas runs around quite a bit. He's quite energetic. He gets on to things, and I think that's a positive move in a way. Keeping Ali fit. I think he'll play on Thursday, Dele Alli. But so it's the rotation. What we said, Sergio Reguilon and coming back in. So and Winks and.
I'll just run through that team again, Dave. So Hugo Lloris in goal, and in the back four, Matt Doherty, Sergio Reguilon, Davinson Sanchez, and Toby Alderweireld, and then in midfield, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Harry Winks, and then we've got Lucas Moura, Gareth Bale, Heung-min Son, and Harry Kane. That is a very strong team.
That is a strong team, yeah. And with the form that Gareth Bale's in, I think he'll go flat out for the first 60 minutes. He's saying he can't start more than one. He can't do 2 games in a week, but I think he can start, and hopefully we can get 2 or 3 goals ahead, and then he can bring players off for Thursday, because obviously Thursday's a big game. He's got one eye on that. I think that's good. Yeah, he's stuck with the same defensive partnership as somebody said there. So the centre of defence is the same. Matt Doherty gets another chance. I think he's looking a bit brighter. Obviously it won't be Serge wasn't quite fit, but he'll probably have a go on Thursday, I think. Don't you?
Yeah. Dave, yeah, absolutely. Lastly, what have you made of Crystal Palace so far this season? You know, because their results have been very inconsistent. They've had some great results. They've had some absolutely shocking results as well.
Yeah, one of them being the 7-0 wide they got against Liverpool. So, yeah, really up and down. You don't know what sort of Crystal Palace are going to turn up, but they seem to have. We've even got the Indian sign over them in recent years. Anyway, home and away we did. I know we've drawn the last couple of games down there, but at home we're fairly strong. I can't remember Palace doing very well. I remember an FA Cup match about 5 years ago, and they won 1-0. But apart from that, I can't remember Palace ever doing much against us. They're not one of those teams you think, oh, it's Palace. You know, they've always do well against us. They don't. For some reason.
The last time Palace beat us at home. White Hart Lane in a Premier League game was 1997. Well,
there you are, 97, so 24 years ago. It's a long time. Let's hope it continues. But they can't even seem to get a goal against us. There was about a record of about 7 or 8 1-0s or 7. You know, I seem to remember those stats. They didn't even score a goal against us for a long, long time. I mean, they've had a good run in the Premier League. I mean, they're fairly newcomers. I think they've probably had about 6, 7 seasons up. But I mean, they always seem to hang on to the skin of their teeth. But yeah, it's not one of those games that sort of you should feel trepidation about. Really, not to my mind. I know I seem confident, and I am. Yeah, you're probably.
There's a few comments saying about why Harry Winks.
Well, why Harry Winks is a rotation argument, isn't it? You know, he probably deserves a chance. I mean, he'll steady the shot. He keep it. I hope he doesn't do too many sideways passes. You know, we don't want to bore ourselves to death with them. But yeah, he'll shore it up. Definitely.
Dave, just going to go through the team again. A few people are asking what is the team. Hugo Lloris in goal, Matt Doherty, Davinson Sanchez, Toby Alderweireld, and Sergio Reguilon at the back. And then we've got Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Harry Winks, Lucas Moura, Gareth Bale, Heung-min Son, and Harry Kane. That is Tottenham starting 11. Now, please do let me know your score prediction, and I'll put a few on screen. I'm going to go for 2-0. Dave, you're going for 3-0, aren't you? Who do you think is going to perform for Tottenham today?
I fancy Lucas to get a goal. He's looked quite lively. He got one against Burnley, so I think he might get one. Sonny probably overdue a goal, so perhaps he could get one. And Gareth. How about that? Gareth Bale, Sonny, and Lucas Moura.
There's a lot of confident people out there today. 2-0, 3-0, 2-1, 3-0. Tottenham fans are starting to believe again that we can go on this run and perhaps get in that top 4 place, Dave. It'd be very interesting because, of course, we've got that Carabao Cup final on the 25th of April. We're playing in the Europa League again on Thursday. Games are coming thick and fast as per usual, and it is all about now just getting this run together, that momentum. These last 3 games. It wasn't against the best opposition, which a lot of people have said, but it's all about grinding results out and getting these results. And of course, we beat Wolfsburg 4-0, clean sheet, beat Burnley 4-0, clean sheet, and of course Fulham on Thursday 1-0, another clean sheet. So it should give us huge confidence going into games like this, shouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's roll on. Let the Tottenham bandwagon or the bus, whatever they call it, let that carry on. And there's some clean sheets and let's have some goals as well. So let's build up ahead of steam. Let's build up ahead of steam. So all right, let's. That's old Levy on again. He's desperate to talk to me.
Every time I talk to you, your phone's ringing. I'm going to put this on screen, Dave. Look, Harry Winks hat-trick, and Simon says Harry Winks 30-yarder.
Yeah, well, no, I think he likes a 30-yard, 55-yarder. I think Harry Winks likes. So yeah.
Yeah, and Andrew liked that one. I'm not sure about Mark though. Yeah. Well, Dave, enjoy the game, and let's hope Tottenham get the 3 points and start building again and start getting up that league table. Because of course, if Tottenham do win today, we will go 6th. We will go 2 points, away from the top 4, and we will all start feeling that a little bit better again, won't we?
I think you mean when we win today, don't you? I think we. When we win today.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go and get my Chinese now. So
Well, someone's just written here. Dave's got Rodney Trotter. His dinner is ready. Let him go. Dave, enjoy the game and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, Dave.
Come on.